How you doing? Mark Tremonti from Alter Bridge, and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Leisha from AMBY, and I would like to welcome you to our interview with Mark from Alter Bridge. Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today?
Doing great yourself?
I'm awesome. Very excited to be doing this.
Very excited to be here.
I want to dive into The Last Hero, latest record release. Now that it's been out for a little bit, how are you feeling about everything since you've been able to reflect on things?
Good. The we work our hardest to create an album that's better than our previous album, and then once we're satisfied with it, we hope our fans are, and they've responded very kindly to it. So we're very happy with it.
A big part of this record was the nature of heroism and leadership, which really couldn't be more topical right now.
Yeah.
But since it was written about 2 years back, was there an event or something that sparked you wanting to tackle that topic?
No, I mean it was when it came down to the lyrics and the themes. It's kind of when the whole circus was going on TV between it first started out as I don't know how many 25 contestants for The Price is Right becoming the president, and then it just really got so it was just nonstop on TV. No matter what channel you turned on, you couldn't get away from it. So it just seeped its way into the subject matter of the album.
Tell me a little bit about how a 7-string made its way onto Show Me a Leader, because that's something you hadn't necessarily dabbled into before.
Yeah, I mean, I called Miles and said we need to do something different on every album, whether it be tunings or programming or whatnot. And I said, I'm going to try to do. I have a 7-string. I'm going to break that out and try to make it work. And so I had one years ago, and I played it for a few hours. I'm like, it's not for me. It's just I'll stick to 6 strings. But then after 13 studio albums, you have to try new things. So I broke out the 7-string and just used it on Show Me a Leader. And we also broke out some new tunings for this record. I think there's 3 new tunings as well.
You're now on the tour for this record, the Last Hero tour. So obviously that track was the lead single for this record. So what's it been like having to play that every single night? Are you kind of used to it now?
I'm getting used to it. It's still a little uncomfortable. It's my least favorite guitar to play on live, just because it's, I don't have the real nice. The best PRSs are made in Maryland, so they're U.S. made, and the ones I have are imported. So right now they're making me some really nice ones. So once I get those, I'll really enjoy playing it.
Well, before the camera started rolling, I was telling you how dedicated and crazy your fans are.
Yes.
Your personal Twitter feed is just you thanking everybody for their constant tweets. Even when you go on the bands, it's just, I think there was about 50, 60 retweets just from last night's show. People saying, that was the best gig I've been to.
Yeah.
So for you, what's the greatest dedication you've seen from a fan? The greatest form of it?
They will show up to the meet and greets and they'll have lyrics tattooed down their arms, or they'll have sometimes even a picture of you on their arm, which is such, like you said, such lifelong dedication. And people will tell you their stories of what songs meant to them, and it really it makes you happy that you're just not a band just singing about nonsense. I think we take ourselves seriously with the subject matter, and I think it people appreciate that, and it becomes part of their lives, these songs.
When you think about some of the best shows you've been to as a fan, do any come to mind right away?
Some of the best shows I've been to are probably back in college, and I went to see there's a band called Floyd's Funk Revival that was they became the Marvelous Three, I think was when they got their big record deal. And now Butch Walker, the singer, he's a producer now. He produces Pink and all these other people, but he used to be in a band called Floyd's Funk Revival that just blew the roof off of every venue they played, and it kind of was the band that inspired us to be better performers. And I remember talking to Butch, and he's like, I'm dead set on getting the most I possibly can out of music and being a musician and a performer, and he did it. So him and the Floyd's Funk Revival, and I think Rage Against the Machine was probably the other best show I've ever seen. I saw them I think it was in Austria when we were doing a festival with them, and I got to watch it side stage, and it was it's one thing to see the MTV video Bulls on Parade, but when you see that stuff in person, it's pretty impressive.
Side stage is always the best because you really can feel the energy, and then obviously looking out into the crowd, it adds just a whole other element to things.
Absolutely.
Well, I found out that you collect pinball machines, which I just thought was wicked.
Oh, yeah.
There's a new arcade that opened in Toronto called Till, and I've been there so many times just playing those pinball machines over and over. So,
How far away?
pardon?
How
From
far
here?
away? Yeah.
Not too far. I'll tell you where afterwards.
Wow.
It's amazing. Gotta check it out, everybody.
Yes, I love pinball.
How long have you been collecting for?
Probably around 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many have you been able to get?
I've probably had 25 different machines, but right now I probably have about 15.
And is there one that you prize or treasure the most?
My favorite's probably Medieval Madness. It's just the most fun to play. You know, I'm not a collector of old machines just because they're collectible. You know, everybody always asks me, "Do you have the Kiss machine?" I'm like, "No, because the Kiss machine's not as fun as the, you know, Medieval Madness or Monster Bash or Twilight Zone or, you know, Indiana Jones." And I like the big complex machines.
So it doesn't really matter what the theme is or the concepts, just as long as the game's the most fun.
It's fun, challenging, deep. You know, has a lot of depth, had a lot of, you know, shots. Yeah.
I just want to do a little quick fire round with you. So you
Yep.
just say whatever comes to mind first. All right, you ready for this?
Yep.
All right, so the first one, who would your dream jam session be with?
Metallica.
What would your bandmates describe you as?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. A dork. I don't know.
What's the worst job you had growing up?
I had all bad jobs. I worked at a car wash and I worked as a fry cook. They're both pretty bad.
Who's the cheapest in the band?
I am.
You are. And your favorite snack to have on tour is?
Right now, it's these little sweet tart mini chews candies. Oh, they're good.
And how about the curse word you use the most?
Probably the good old F word.
It's a popular one.
Yeah.
And to wrap everything up, anything you want to leave with all of those fans we were talking about earlier on?
Just my appreciation, my lifelong gratitude. It's given me the opportunity to do what I love all these years, and can't thank them enough.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. And remember, to everyone viewing, you can visit us at musicblogya.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more. See you next time.